G'day, Kunz. Welcome to Steelers Nation Australia. If you want Steelers content and love the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure you hit that sub, hit that like. Cheers. Here we go. All right, Steeler Nation. So it's been a few days since Steelers versus Seahawks, and I guess we've had a lot of time to think about a few things. But today's video, I kind of want to talk about the receiver room. Now, I know Claypool didn't play. I know Deontay didn't play. I know Calvin Austin didn't play. But with the looming cuts coming up, I believe it is today or tomorrow. There's about going to be 5 players cut. However, the players that I mentioned today, I don't think will be cut. Besides maybe one player being Steven Sims. Possibility, he could be on the cutting block, but I don't think so. But the reason why I bring his name up is as well, because I want to try and choose for this video, guys, and I want your thoughts too. Like, first of all, how many players will the Steelers take into the 53 at the receiver position? My guess is going to be 6. So I think the Steel City 6 might be this. Hear me out. I think it's going to be Claypool, Deontay, Pickens, Austin. That's 4. And I think the last 2 positions are the hardest ones to choose. And I think it may be this. I get a feeling from the first preseason game and heading into the next preseason game, I think Gunnar Oshevsky will have a spot there being 5. And I think Miles Boykin will be 6. Now, why did I bring up Steven Sims? Okay. Well, that's going to be 7. Will the Pittsburgh Steelers run with 7 receivers? I don't think so. However, if you go back and look at Steven Sims' game that he had with the Steelers versus the Seahawks, it was quite fantastic. He did have 1 punt return. I think as I check my stats, he had 1 punt return for 38 yards, right? Fantastic to see. We need a punt returner for this team, right? Another big play he had with the Matt Canada offense, and we'll talk about that near the end as well. I want to just iron out some things with that. Okay, rushing the football, Steven Sims had another big play, one carry for 38 yards on the reverse, which no one saw coming. But I did mention the Steel City 6 receivers are going to be Claypool, Deontay, Pickens, Austin, Oshevsky, and Miles Boykin. So let's go through the reasoning why we choose those 6. First of all, if you were to put it as Claypool, Deontay 1 and 2, to me, it doesn't really matter. Claypool can go, hopefully get better in this year and start to use Trubisky's big arm to go down the field. And we did see that as well with this offense throwing the football down the field for a 30-odd yard pass to Pickens in the end zone from Mason Rudolph. So Claypool was going to be number 1 or 2, or Deontay will be number 1 or 2. Those guys are set in stone. Our third receiver on the roster, in my opinion, is going to be George Pickens. He is an absolute superstar. I can't talk highly enough about him, and the all of Steeler Nation is so excited to see what George Pickens can do. He's amazing. He is fantastic to see, right? The other fellow who I think is going to be 4th, and just because of his speed and he's having a good training camp, yes, he's hurt a little bit at the moment. Hopefully he can play versus Jacksonville Jaguars coming up, is Calvin Austin. There's no way that the Pittsburgh Steelers put Calvin Austin on the practice squad, nor do they go out there and cut him. If they do either of those things, it's a very silly move. And if you put Austin on the practice squad, he's gone. If you cut him, it's stupid. Hopefully in this Matt Canada offense, which I'll talk about near the end, he can start to thrive and use his speed and breakaway speed to really open up the offense. So he's going to be 4. Now, 5th. Now, the reason I put in there Gunnar Oshevsky as well, I put in Gunnar Oshevsky because he does have that kick return ability. However, so did Steven Sims. But Gunnar Oshevsky also had a few catches with the number 1s, and he linked up with Trubisky, had a good touchdown, broke away from the defense, had miscommunication. Trubisky rolls out to the left, wide open Gunnar Oshevsky, right? He also beat 2 players. Gunnar beat 2 players on a design route, cut to the left, see you later, mate, and bank out to the right for about 25 yards. So I think he warrants some respect to be receiver number 5. Now, number 6, receiver number 6, Miles Boykin. Okay, Miles Boykin to me reminds me like of Darius Haywood Bay. Okay, he's going to be playing gunner special teams. He's talked about it in interviews before, how he did play Gunnar, right? Or he wants to play that role and impress Danny Smith and see if he can be, if you're going to make the team as a sixth or fifth receiver, you need to do something extra on special teams. And I believe that Miles Boykin can do that. He's a tall fella. He can run down the field and cover the punt. Now, he did also make 2 catches, 2 receptions for 17 yards, and he was targeted 3 times. So he can still be a bit of a threat in this offense. Now, the big elephant in the room, however, the massive elephant in the room. If you're going to carry 6 receivers, the ones I just laid out, who's going to be 7? Is there a chance it can be a 7? Because when you really think about it, if I want to choose those 6, and I think I want to go with those 6, right? And let me know in the comments below what you think. What 6 do you want to see, or 7? Okay. Steven Sims had a pretty good had a good game. Had a really good game. He had that Matt Canada offense, that swing, that reverse. He ran up the field with 38 yards, and he broke away on a punt return. Okay. He had another reception too for 2 yards, but he touched the ball 3 times. But out of those 3 times, he had 2 good touches that helped the team. So where does he really fit in this dynamic of the Steel City 6? That's a big question that I can't answer. I don't know. Does Mike Tomlin know? I hope so, right? Do you guys know? Do you think that the 6 I've labeled out with Claypool, Deontay, Pickens, Austin, Oshevsky, and Miles Boykin, are they going to be our 6 receivers heading into the 2022 season, right? It's an interesting thought. But I think what's going to happen this week, I think this week, going into preseason game number 2, I think that the starters will play more. I think we'll see Claypool for maybe a quarter. I think we'll see Deontay, those guys for a drive or 2 or quarter, and the rest of the fellas will come back out. Hopefully Austin is not injured; he can play. Hopefully Pickens can start off where he left off, which was a toe tap into the end zone for a touchdown, and a fantastic player, right? I'm hoping that these guys can keep moving forward, but I think the better competition will allow. Look, it's going to be very hard. If I'm only choosing 6, right, where does Steven Sims fit? That's what I'm trying to say. But let me know, guys, in the comments below, what do you think? Where do you think is my 6 even correct? The 6 receivers that I've laid out today? Or is there a chance that another guy can come up? All right, we still have other guys like Cody White, Tyler Vaughns. They're like real far on the depth chart. They're real down there. But I don't know if they have any chance. The only one chance I can see is going to be Sims maybe taking over Oshevsky's job. Maybe if they don't play him in that role, they might bring in Sims, and you have Sims and Boykin. I don't think that there's a chance that they should get rid of Boykin. I like what Boykin can do. I like how he plays the gunner role, and I love that about him. And he's played it before with the Ravens. He's been a pretty good receiver with the Ravens, and Mike Tomlin likes Boykin. So it's going to be an interesting time, guys, to see what happens with these 6 or 7 receivers fighting out for maybe that last spot. Man, I can't wait. So thanks, guys, for checking out another video of Steeler Nation Australia. And as always, here we go, Steelers. Here we go.